Hello everyone and welcome to episode 11 of our Let's Play series. How are you doing? How's life? So as a lazy person, I thought we start today's episode by doing a wither fight, because if I make another beacon then I don't have to move the previous one all the time and I can have two beacons. So we need you in order to fight the wither. And do I have my bow? Yeah, we take it anyway. So Lucas has been telling me that I over-prepare for every single fight, so this time I'm only carrying a night vision potion, a regeneration and a strength potion, and 2 golden apples, and literally nothing else. If anything goes wrong, I'm going to find you, Lucas. Now we just need the emeralds. I have a question. You invest time in training the best farmer to get the best traits. Then you have to make farms for pumpkins, melons, carrots and potatoes in order to trade with him so that you will get a lot of emeralds. But then you have the mason and he trades 1 stone for 1 emerald. Why would you need farmers then? I do understand that you need the farmers in order to get golden carrots, which is the best source of food. My problem is, why do we have to invest time in making all the farms, which took a tremendous amount of time? Did we just waste that much time? Because we could have just sold stone to these guys and I have tons of stone. It's just a thought. Anyhow, our first order of business is to find a mesa biome. I checked online and apparently there is a mesa biome 5,000 blocks away. So let's go and try and find it. It should be really close, but oh yeah, it's here. Okay, we found it. Oh yeah, that is a mesa. I didn't know that they changed their name to Badlands. Why would you call it bad? It's beautiful. FYI, this is why we needed the second beacon, because this is too far away and I was like, I can't dismantle the beacon every single time, and I really want hardened clay. You cannot dye them. I mean, if you get the yellow hardened clay, you cannot change it to red. I didn't know that. We always used to do it in modded, but I think maybe it was from Quark. Anyway, we have the second beacon and as usual I forgot to bring a piece of iron, so we are going to use 1 diamond. This is literally the only time that I use diamonds. If I remember correctly, there is extra gold veins in a mesa biome, so I was thinking maybe we go for mining as well, because I never have enough gold and we don't have a gold farm yet. So yeah, I'll be right back. Hahaha, I was right. Towards the end of the last episode, I was flying over our base and I noticed something very strange. Can you see it too? No? Yes, it's obvious. We don't have a base. It's just random unfinished structures everywhere, random farms, and nothing to fill the gaps, except that building and that tower. And that's it. So I was thinking we should start fixing it. You know, for instance, look at this wheat farm. I made the wheat farm and I didn't even bother to cover the redstone. Look. So we should start doing something about it. And I was thinking that at the beginning of every episode I will spend 1 or 2 hours trying to make this place look like home, look like someone is living here, and try to finish the incomplete buildings. I thought we start here because I was supposed to finish that building like 5 episodes ago and I still haven't done that. So it's a nice place to start, right? And it does not look like a wall. It's garbage. It's really garbage. No, no. You know, it's supposed to be a wall just holding the dirt from falling down and to give this place a little bit of shape. So why am I trying to complicate this? That will do. It's next to a farm. It's not the gateway to heaven. Yes, I did finally manage to finish the wall and I think it looks decent enough. It's not supposed to be a very fancy wall because it's not my palace, it's just a stupid sugarcane farm. And I think I spent enough time on it. Anyway, I also added some decorations over there. I thought bamboos will be more random in their heights, but they grow too tall. And I don't know how to stop them. Maybe if we put a string on top, they would stop. I'm not sure, but yeah, for now, this will have to do. I also added a pond, and I did find a warm ocean biome so that I can get these coral reefs and the flowers and everything. And I do have also a pufferfish, which I bought from a traveling merchant. And where is he? Is he gone? Oh no, he's there. Do you still work? Yes. While working on this place, I noticed something very stupid. Ignore that, that's supposed to be an item elevator and I will tear it down. Don't worry. I was going to say that I did notice something very stupid, and that is, I don't have enough stone. I have a lot of cobblestone, but not enough smooth stone. And the reason for that is very simple, because whenever I go mining, speed mining, I use a fortune pickaxe rather than a silk touch, because I'm lazy to bring back the ores and fortune them later. The side effect is, we get a lot of cobblestone and not enough stone. And the problem is, I do not have a super smelter in order to smelt them down back to stone. So I thought, let's make a small furnace array. I did not want to make a super smelter because, well, I did not have the resources, and I thought we don't have enough fuel for it. So I just made an array of furnaces, and there are 28 of them down here. The way that furnaces work is that they will output any item that they process from the bottom. So if you put a hopper, you can extract the items, and if you want to input items inside, you have to put a hopper on top, and for the fuel, you just have to put a hopper on the side. You can put it here, you can put it here, and you can put it even on the other side. But that's just automating one furnace, right? And we need more. And if you want an array of furnaces, let's say 8, all you have to do is to just put an extra hopper line on top so that the items will flow through these guys and then drop into the hoppers below. One for the input and one for the fuel, like this, right? And you will end up with something like this. The problem is, if you use this design without any alterations, if you put items here into this hopper, which is your input, all of them will travel down the line, go to this hopper and fall inside this furnace. Once this furnace is full, they will start filling this furnace and so on and so forth. And if you have only one stack of items to smelt, then all of them will go inside here, and the 7 will not work. And that's kind of counterproductive. So, we need to make sure that the bottom row of hoppers are deactive and they start sucking items when there's only one item in each of the top row hoppers. How do we do that? It's easy. So all we need is a redstone signal and some redstone dust, and now it's locked, so if I put something, it will not go down, right? Now, we need a method of understanding whenever an item arrives here. When there's one item inside this hopper, that means there's an item in each and every hopper down the line. So we are going to need one comparator, and that's a repeater. This is a comparator. We're going to need one block, and we need to invert the signal. So we remove U and we put a repeater instead. So if I put items here, they should distribute equally. You see, the redstone light is flicking, therefore we should have one item in every one. Yes, very good. Obviously, you also want the fuel to be distributed equally, so you're going to need a comparator to read the items inside this hopper, and you do this exact same thing. You need a redstone torch to invert the signal, you need a repeater and a redstone line. I only had one piece of redstone, so imagine that this is going to the end. Anyway, once you finish everything, you're like, oh, I did an awesome job, it works. No, I put one stack of golden carrots inside here just for demonstrations, and we should have 8 in all of them, right? We have 9, we have 9, we have 9, we have 9, and this one doesn't get anything. Doesn't get the fuel, and it doesn't get the item that you want to smelt. So I thought, I'm doing something wrong. And I went on YouTube and I found a Mambo tutorial who did exactly the same thing, and his 7th furnace wasn't working. It was visible in the video. Anyhow, that is the reason that we have 28 furnaces instead of 16 or 32. It's a weird number, I know. I was first aiming for 16, but then when I noticed the problem, I thought 14 is not even worth the effort. So let's go for 28, and that's the reason. And finally, these two buildings that you see in front of you are my representation of something that I saw in real life, and they belong to the medieval era. The problem is, I think I did a really bad job of making them. They are part of the furnace array, but they look weird. They look very weird. Anyhow, we will have internal decorations later on, but this is the input chest for the fuel and it's connected to the furnace array, and the other building is for the input items that I want to smelt, and also... what was I doing here? Okay. Anyway, You can input the items through this chest and the output comes from here. And there's an item elevator which I had to hide it under a chimney. Anyway, let me get some cobblestone and I will show you how it works. And this is the speed that we are getting items, which is not that bad. And I would like to mention that this is not the final design for our super smelter. This is just a temporary solution so that I can smelt stuff and it's turning nighttime. I think we spent enough time for one episode on this area and I was thinking of doing something else. Well, the main project that I have in mind for this episode is to make the iron golem farm, because we need irons and that was a lot of hoppers and we're basically out of iron. Well, I did go speed mining, so we have a few stacks of iron, but that's not going to be much. But before doing that, I want to work a bit on our nether tunnels. And since I have to dig in the nether, we're going to need shulker boxes and I don't have many. So maybe I go for a small end raid. They're all full. Okay. I think by far this is the largest end city that I have ever seen. Look, there's even a shulker down there. Anyway, I did manage to raid a few end cities and this is all the loot that I managed to gather. We have just over a stack of shulker shells, we have 2 backup elytras, we have a lot of armor and some tools which I need to combine them later on, and this is all the random garbagey stuff. This one is my items because we're 20,000 blocks away from home and I'm not gonna fly back home. And we're gonna wear this. It's cursed, so yeah. Goodbye, Ender Chest. Have a long and happy life. Farewell. This is going to take some time. You know, I just changed my mind. I don't want to be killed by them. I want to jump into the void. Will we make it? Probably not. Are they even following? Whoop, yes! I'm gonna make it! I'm gonna make it! No, I'm not. But it does the job. Yes, plenty of shulker boxes. And we need to do some digging in the nether, so I thought we brew some potions as well. Okay, we use this one. And we take you. And this is the tunnel that we have to work on. This will lead to the Guardian farm, and this will lead to the stronghold. I have to widen it up, lay some ice, and try to design a tunnel. I'll be right back. I was just thinking, why the hell did I make so many shulker boxes and I placed the empty ones here? They were not supposed to be empty, I was supposed to bring raw material. Hi. Alright guys, I have a few announcements to make. One of them is an FYI note, one of them is a good news, and one of them, I don't want to call it a bad news, but it's a slight concern. Anyway, the FYI note is that this is roughly the block palette that we're going to use for our nether tunnels, and I think it looks decent enough. I still have to work on the design. For instance, maybe if we put pillars here, it would look better than hardened clay. Maybe, hopefully. Let me see. Yeah, I would say it looks much more decent. The only problem is we'll be traveling in a boat on blue ice and we will never see this thing. But I guess it's nice that it looks decent. Anyway, the good news is every block that you see here, I almost have infinite number of. So the hardened clay, I can get it from the mesa, the prismarine and the sea lantern, we get it from the Guardian farm, which works perfectly. The quartz, I can get it from villagers, and the blue ice, we don't need that many because I already laid like 200 blocks and we need 100 blocks more. Okay, half a stack more. So blue ice is not going to be a problem. Which brings me to the concern that I have. The Guardian farm is 300 blocks that way, and each slice of the path that you see consumes 25 blocks. So I have to lay down 7,500 blocks in order to reach that place. So every decision that I make will, I don't know, increase my work by hundreds of blocks. And that's not the only nether tunnel that we're going to have. The end portal is this way and it's 250 blocks away. So you are getting where I'm going with, right? I think we have to go a little bit minimalistic on this, because otherwise I'll be laying nether tunnels for the rest of my life. Maybe I should skip these pillars. They're every 10 blocks. Maybe I should do it every 20. I don't know. We have to cut corners a little bit. Let's see. After 4 hours of gathering almost 7,500 blocks and placing them, it's finally done. The only problem is you actually go through this very fast. It takes less than 10 seconds. So I'm like, why did I do all of this? Look how fast we're going. And we're almost at the end. Hi. And I'm stuck. And if my calculations are correct, this portal should take us to the Guardian Temple. I hope so. Oh, that was very convenient. I was right. I just checked the time on today's episode and it seems we don't have enough time in order to make an iron golem farm. But there is another project that I want to do in the Nether, and the sooner we start it, the better. I just came to the Guardian Temple in order to collect some sand. We're gonna need TNT. From all the gunpowder that we collected through the mob farm and the witch farm, this is the total amount of TNT that we have, which I think it's enough for the start. I think. If you guys remember, on episode 3 we started working on this nether fortress in order to get some nether stars. It's not totally garbage because so far we managed to get 2 nether stars out of this. But let's be honest, it's not the best because there are valid spawn points everywhere. I started half slabbing the entire area around it, but I never finished it, and I did see a comment on Discord saying that he's not gonna use half slab around the entire area. That comment is correct. I'm not gonna do that because it's a lot of work. Instead, we're going to do something else. We're going to destroy all the netherrack within a radius of 128 blocks using TNT. I did some testing and the results are promising. Probably you cannot see anything. This is why I brought potions. Anyway, the results are promising. This is only from 20 TNT. This entire huge hole. Just 20 TNT. And if we want to look, 1 TNT will dig a hole like this one. Look. It's amazing. I think the blast resistance of netherrack is very low. So if we want to blast it out using TNT, it's going to be a relatively easy job. This huge chunk of the nether, which is almost 64 blocks wide and 140 blocks deep, has been dug by yours truly in just over 20 minutes. Using TNT, which was pretty fun and relatively easy. I do have ghasts from time to time. Yeah, I hear one. But apart from that, life's been good. The only thing is that I was thinking of making a quarry, but it will take a few hours in order to set it up. Or even if I want to use TNT duplicators and dispensers and so on, that will also take a lot of time. And also we have lava pockets, which I have to remove them one by one and manually. So I think this will be the cleanest way of doing it. Also probably the most efficient way. I do understand that it's going to be a very grindy process and it might sound stupid, but the idea is, if we manage to pull this off, we will have a gold farm, a blaze farm and a wither skeleton farm in just one farm. So it's very efficient. Also, I do understand that this is not a project that I would be able to finish within one episode, and this is probably going to take at least 2 or 3 weeks. But I just wanted to show you the idea so that if you have any suggestions, which does not involve any quarries or I don't know TNT duplicators, for the reasons that I just mentioned, I would be able to use them and make my life easier. So if you have any suggestions, please share them with me. I would be extremely happy. Can I hit it from here? Oh yeah, I can. Awesome. That was a very bad placement. So it gets out of render distance and then you have to run to the end and activate those guys separately. And I missed. And FYI, this is the reason that I'm trying to avoid making a quarry or a tunnel bore. Lava pockets, because TNT will not explode in them and they will make a huge mess. If I do it like this, it will be more grindy, but at least I can clean them on the go and I don't have to clean up the mess later, which I think would be much more difficult. Anyway guys, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one. Bye bye.